Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I am getting to one of my reaction channel favorites, and obviously a personal favorite of mine. This is B2B. They are back. First time since they started their own company, the B2B company, that they've come back as a full group. The last time we saw them at all was almost 2 years ago, I want to say. Maybe a year and a half. It was a four members of the six, and they were doing a fan song. We saw the video where it was like them on stage with different stage clips, so that was really cool, really touching. But I've been looking forward to this, right? And I'm sure a lot of Melody have as well, where we got them all back. So unfortunately, we only got a single, but I've seen some of your comments on the reaction channel. There's hope that there is an album coming later this year, and maybe even next year a tour. Who knows? But I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Even if I have to fly out there to Korea to try and see them, I would love to see these guys in concert. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. This is Us Again, or Uridashi. I probably butchered that, but I did my best. Like I said, if you want to see just the reaction that's on the main page, Jeff Reacts 12, this one is going to be where I look at my interpretation of lyrics and talk about anything in the video. Full disclosure, the video itself doesn't have a ton to talk about. It's a live clip or a performance video. It's not even a performance video. It's a special clip. So there's not really much in here to talk about, but I do want to talk about the lyrics and see what they actually say. So, if you're down for that, let's get started. Got a nice little rock vibe here. Smooth vocal.
무심한 시간 속에 우리의 온도를 기억해요.
They're all so good. I love Cheng Sub's voice, though. You hear that little color there? Feeling it. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna go over the lyrics, obviously, but just keep in mind this is gonna have some slight differences. And this right here, I kept glancing just to see like what we've got. This lyric specifically is much different. So the last line of the chorus, and we'll get back to this as we go through the lyrics, but the last line here was, "Let's love anew, more passionately." But here, the line was, "Let's love again." Okay, that's close enough. But then, "brand new and burning bright." More passionately still encompasses that, but I feel like obviously there's a little bit that's lost there, because if brand new has a completely different meaning here. So the O's parts that I just paused on, that's post chorus, and that's basically all it's gonna say. So let's go over the lyrics, and then we'll hit play basically from right here. So verse 1, "The day is drawing to a close, leaving behind a long lingering regret. In the indifferent passage of time, I remember our temperature." So I remember the subtitle said, like, "I remember our warmth," which makes more sense. I wish that I had just not literal translations, but the subtitles that are actually in paragraph form. That's the only reason I use this stuff, is because I like to reference back to lines when we talk about this. But I lied. I'm not going to play it from right there. It's going to be as close as I can, but I want to see what this actually says. See, like it says, "I still feel our warmth." So, all right, lyrically, let's just kind of go through here. "The day fades away, right, leaving lingering regrets." So it's like literally there's lingering regrets, maybe how they've handled something, maybe how something went down. Um, so already there's this introspection going on. The next lines, um, in this heartless flow of time, I still feel our warmth. So it's as if that warmth maybe has cooled or has faded completely, to, from what it used to be. Think of it as like the dying embers of a fire or something like that. And so now we establish what the regret is, right? Those lingering regrets are how we've handled something or how we interacted, or something has caused us to kind of grow apart. And us already implies that they are either talking to us, the fans, or they're talking about a love interest. Now, I take this as a fan song, at least for now, because I haven't read all the lyrics, but I take it as a fan song initially because they specifically said, like, this is a gift to our fans. It's a 14th anniversary special. And so, and I do know that some of the members had some issues. I know, I'm actually not sure what happened. I think maybe two of the members went for military service. Is that accurate? Somebody let me know in the comments. I hope I'm not just making that up. I try not to just say things if I don't remember hearing about them. But I know, like, for example, Peniel has had some controversy. I'm sure some of the other members might have as well, but I specifically remember him. People had an issue with some stuff he said on a podcast, I think it was. The point is, they have these regrets of maybe how they've acted or how they've let things grow apart, whatever it is. So then Changsub comes in, and this deep aching chill, will it reach you through these falling petals? So the falling petals, given the time of year it is, I think we're talking about like cherry blossoms. I could be wrong. Cherry blossoms are typically a Japanese tree, but they do exist in Korea. Um, and so the falling petals would be indicative of spring. Um, Although, like here in America, if you said falling petals, it would be more like falling leaves and it would be autumn. But there, I think falling petals is designed to evoke the imagery of spring and warming up again, rebirth. So uh, that asking if the chill will reach them through that, like, will the regret and the sincerity reach you in this time of like rebirth? That's how I'm taking it. I don't ever pretend to be 100% accurate here. And I imagine that there's a few different ways that this song can be taken, but that's how I'm taking this line at the moment. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Then the chorus, let's dream together once more. And so this part is telling me, both love interest or fan song, that they want to put that behind them. Whatever the lingering regrets are, the sincerity that they're hoping reaches them, hopes that they and us, or they and the love interest, depending on your point of view, can move past whatever hurts we might have had and just move forward and, as I said, dream together once more, have those warm feelings towards each other again. Like that day under the golden sun, I take that as like you. So okay, I can take it literally or figuratively. Literally, it would mean closer to like the love interest interpretation, where they stood under the light of the sun and did whatever it might have been, like they had happy memories. Or if I take it figuratively, it would be more towards the fan song interpretation, which would mean the golden sun would be more indicative of like the height of their popularity, their golden age. So that again, that's how I'm leaning, but you take your interpretations how you want. So like that day under the golden sun, hand in hand, just as we were. Let's love again, brand new and burning bright. So brand new, like I said, the reason I specifically, and I don't like to click through here individually, but I did it here because I recognize that that specific phrase is important. Because if you over here it says let's love anew more passionately. Okay, that's fine. Let's start over, sure, and like again more passionately, like more intensely, hotter, whatever. That uh almost no, I was going to say that lends itself more to the love interest interpretation, but I think you could go either way here. But when you say brand new and burning bright, it doesn't necessarily mean passionately, although it can. But burning bright just means shining and having those warm, bright feelings with each other. And brand new obviously is like being willing to, like this said, starting anew, putting those hurts, those regrets from both sides potentially behind us, and you know being together the way we were when we were happy together. Let's get back to that and start over. Right. So beautiful sentiment here in terms of maybe self-forgiveness or even asking forgiveness, and of course reconnection. um it's not even necessarily that they personally think they've done wrong. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Um, but it is this sense of we notice that a rift has kind of grown between us. Maybe that's just because they've been gone for so long, and they want to come back to reconnect. It doesn't necessarily have to be that they screwed up. It could just be that time passed and not enough attention was given to that bond. So again, take it how you want, but that's where I'm going with it. That was weird. Okay, because this is one of my favorite shots, I want to back up since my computer froze a little bit. Adorable. Okay, so that post chorus, of course, was the O's part that I said, and it was hold me, and then it repeated, and then it's let's love again. So, yeah, just that fervent desire to get back to the connection that they had before, whether you take that as a love interest or to the fans. I'm leaning towards fans, uh, specifically because of the circumstances around the song itself and because of their reputation as being healing idols. I'm not saying they do or don't have any actual romantic love songs. I don't know their discography well enough to know that, but what I do know is that a lot of people, especially Melody, take comfort from their songs, and so I imagine this is a song to kind of patch those wounds a little bit and reconnect and remind them that we still have that bond. Love that low tone. Minhyuk, is his solo stage name Huta? Am I remembering the right guy? Somebody let me know. Although I guess by the time you let me know, I'll probably already have looked it up. But still, let me know anyway. Love the low tone here. I should have paused at this point instead of before, because I really love his unique flow here. Not only is it unique, but it's unique for a reason, right? It's not just, oh, I wanted to experiment with my flow. It's da 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 da. Like it's mimicking the pitter patter and the raindrops that he's rapping about. So watch the subtitles and listen to the flow. Don't necessarily try to understand what he's saying, Just read and feel.
drip drop 두두둑 big bang 우리 얼어왜 더 시간을 곱힌다 긴긴 밤 sleep tight doesn't feel like lonely because we are 사무치는 이 떨림 저 흩날리는 꽃잎을 따라
gorgeous.
전해질까
Man, that low tone contrasted with that beautiful falsetto is just so good. Okay, let's rewind here and read it just based from here. So, dust piled on our old diary is a metaphorical picture of, like, saying our old diary is like the times we had together, like our memories. So, dust piled on it means, you know, we haven't moved or touched it in a while, right? We haven't dusted it off. We haven't cleaned it off. We haven't reconnected in a while. So dust piled on our old diary. Where are we now in this drifting time? And the lyrics over here are way different. So I'm just going to try and do what I'm doing here. Missed signals and clumsy tangled steps. I was looking to see if I missed a line here. But no, it looks like yeah, okay. Drip drop, pitter patter, with the raindrops, our frozen time begins to bloom. So our frozen time, right? They left. And it's as if time stood still for Melody or the love interest, however you're taking it. And with the raindrops, remember we talked about those scattering petals and springtime, the blossoming. So raindrops would nourish the plants and it would start bringing things back to life, coming out of winter into spring. So with the raindrops, our frozen times begins to bloom. It's like as we move forward into this season of rebirth and new beginning, we come out of that cold and, you know, still time. Long nights, sleep tight. It doesn't feel lonely because we are. Oh, okay. I was making sure I didn't miss something again. He just smoothly sets it up for Unkwang to hit the pre-chorus here. And again, this is an example of the difference in lyrics. This deep aching chill is the first line of the pre-chorus. Over here it says this piercing tremor. That is a much different like meaning. So I hate when they're this different because little phrases like that make big differences. But anyway. They sound so good together too. Individually and as a whole. Okay, this right here, you know, sometimes you get the bridge of a song and it says absolutely nothing, but it still sounds good. This isn't one of those. This is where I think we're getting the entire message all at once. Let's just go back to square one, go back to where we used to call home. So going back to square one, of course, means going back to the beginning. Go back to where we used to call home is basically like, let's go back to when we were together and you were my heart and I was yours and we had those warm feelings. You know, a lot of times, whether you're talking about romantic love interest or fandom, you know, love, you think of that other party as being like your shelter in the storm or your home. It reminds me of EXO when they came back in December with their pre-release. I think it was called I'm Home. And it was talking essentially about this, where, you know, reconnecting and coming back, you know, to the fans. That's what we have here. Hand in hand once again, never alone. So like they're vowing not to leave again. And again, like I said, this bridge is giving us the full story. Even if you missed the meaning of the rest of the song or didn't listen to the rest, the Peniel's bridge here just nailing it down for you. Just so I don't pause again before something else in the video happens, the rest of this bridge is going to say, we're going to reignite it, light it, just let the feelings flow, don't fight it, let the past go so we can once more. And then it's going to go into the chorus. So, they're going to put in the work. They're going to, make those small efforts to rekindle that light and that spark and that love. And then they're hoping that both they and we, or the love interest, can let go of that pain that I talked about earlier, and move forward with warm intentions.
We're gonna reignite it, light it. Just let the feelings flow, don't fight it. Let the past go so we can once more.
Love that slight key change. Goofy dudes here. I did this in the reaction too. I love this harmony and I keep talking over it. So I'm going to back up so y'all can appreciate this in case you didn't just hear the video on your own and this is your first time. So good. Wait. Fake out. I was going for the other guy. But other than like the scene where Peniel was holding the other member earlier at the first "Hold Me" line, that's probably my favorite shot in the video. Where like I'm gonna make a heart, got him, making a heart with the other guy. Okay, yeah, it's a very meaningful song tied up in nice, not ballad. Because there's rock elements to it, but it is like, I'm not really sure what this type of song is called in terms of like when you have like ballad type of emotions, but you mix it with like not really ballad style of music, but certainly not upbeat dance music either. If there is a name for it, somebody let me know. I feel like there is, and I feel like I should know it, but it escapes me. But welcome back, BTOB. We missed you. Hopefully we'll get more from you soon. This is a huge year, guys, for like second and third gen fans. I mean, we got BTOB back. We got Monsta X coming back. We got Blackpink come back. We got BTS come back. We got EXO come back. We got Red Velvet coming back. Like all the, Mamamoo's coming back. Twice is on a massive world tour. Like, all these huge third gen and late second gen acts are like revived this year. Who else? IOI I think is having a comeback. Cosmic Girls, I don't know what generation they were actually, but they recently had something. Like, it's impressive. This is a great time. If you're an old school K-pop fan, this is a great time for you to be a K-pop fan. And it's also, they're kind of helping bridge us, right? Like if this was all you're into, because there's lots of people I talk to who will say like, oh, I only like that stuff. You get to hear that stuff and then maybe, put your toe in the water of some of the newer stuff and test it out. See if you like any of it. But yeah, anyway. All right, my friends. So that was Uridashi, or Us Again, from BTOB, and what a absolutely wonderful song that was. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If you did, and actually whether you did or not, please please help the boys out. Subscribe to their channels. If they drop an album at some point this year, check it out. And if you enjoyed this video, though, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell to enable your notifications. And if you want to get a request on here on the channel, you can do that one of two ways. You can either subscribe to Patreon at the gray tier or higher, and shout out to all my friends who have done that. Thank you guys so much for all your support. If you subscribe at gray tier or above, you get access to all the content that's over there, including survival shows and concerts, and Patreon requests that I don't put on these channels because it's not K-pop related. And you get your monthly requests. But if none of that interests you, but you still want a request done, you can check out the description below. There's a link to PayPal with instructions on how to use it. So feel free to take a look, and I will see you for the next video. Take care, everybody.